Hey y'all, Sean here, Game On, Cards and Collectibles. Want to do a follow-up part 2 video for my tag grading reveal and do a little deep dive on the grading report. So let's jump right into it. Here I've got pulled up my tag 20 card grades from the website, and here's just a list of all the cards that I have had graded during that submission, as well as the photos of the grades. You can turn on or off your grades, so that way you can decide if you want to see them in advance or not, and then you can see the grade reports. So first I wanted to go into take a look at one of the cards that I got a high grade on. So for example, we'll scroll through here and I'll choose one of the cards that I like the most, and it has to me the best eye appeal, which is the Nico Horner Topps Chrome 2020 Rookie X-Fractor. And you'll see here the first part of your grading report has your description, has your grade, has your overall 3-digit tag grade as well, and then you can adjust the surface transparency on a sliding scale. So it's kind of a neat feature, which is going to allow you to reveal any kind of defects with more clarity. So that's kind of nice touch. Now next down is your standard population information, but it gives you a little bit more. You can also zoom in and out on the card itself, but gives you your overall population, shows how many have been graded and how many have been graded at this grade. You can also see the card rank, which is kind of a neat feature as well. With the card rank, the highest overall grade. So really kind of a neat thing. I could see that getting a little competitive over time. If you want to be the biggest card collector of a particular player, you want to be the highest person on this list then. And then there's the chronology of the order of before and after of how many cards have been graded since yours, or since this particular card's been graded. Then you're going to get into the deeper dive of your overall grade for your card. So the first part here is the grade summary, which is 963 on this particular card. You get a front and back overall grade. Then your front and back grading score is broken out into these 5 different categories: centering, corners, surface, edges, and dimensions, which helps you see if a card's possibly been trimmed, which is kind of a cool feature that you don't hear a lot about in the overall grades of typical grading companies. Then from there you can toggle between the front and the back of the card, and within each of those 2 areas you have basically sections of each card. So you've got the quadrant of the top left, you've got the quadrant of the top right, bottom left, bottom right, and your corners, your edges, and all those areas broken out by different grades. So very detailed and kind of cool to see how this score got tabulated. And then from there you can take a deeper dive into those areas of imperfections and look over those observable and non-observable defects, which is a cool feature as well. So you can click on any of those, and here we're going to click on a link called Pit, which is one of the pit imperfections that were found on the card. And from there it'll take you right to that point where that imperfection, or in this case this pit, is, and it zooms you right into that region, which is really cool. If you're a condition geek like myself, I guess you kind of nerd out with this kind of stuff. Now I'm going to take you to the last section of the grading report, which is details around the corners. So it gives you all 4 corners, and then kind of shows you, I don't know if it's called a heat map, but essentially sections out each of the corner areas that you can zoom in on and see in different types of as photogenic lighting, maybe. I'm not sure like the technical specifics on this, but You get your front and back. You get all the little anecdotes of and areas that they've found some imperfections. I don't believe most of this really gives you, and then you have your edges as well, but I don't think a lot of this is observable by the human eye, so I don't think a lot of this stuff goes against your overall grade necessarily. And then lastly, it does give you the graded image, which is really a really nice feature, especially if you list your cards and plan on selling them, or just want to show them off, on different social media platforms. Great way to have a very sharp image, and you don't have to do any of the work. It's already done there for you. So that is a general overview of the grading report and all the different things that you have at your, all the different tools that you have at your fingertips that you can analyze, or if you plan on, moving the card in some capacity, trading it, selling it, whatever, you can, I believe you can share this information or provide it to the person, and simply just by using the 3D QR code on the label itself, you can get all this information right from there, which is a really cool concept and unique, and really provides Tag a meaningful advantage in a very competitive world of grading. Now, as mentioned in my previous Tag reveal video, I wanted to take a deeper dive into that Stefan Diggs rookie card, the 2015 Topps Chrome, to see exactly why it got such a low score at a 7.5 grade. Now, as we're going through here, you can see some definite deficiencies and where they're coming from, which is all on the back of the card. And in particular, it's the surface area. The surface area ended up having an overall grade on the back of 742. It has a scratch, a dent, a pit, and things that with a back that's black, it's very hard to see unless you use the right kind of light or the right angle, which I obviously skimmed through, and playing around with the different tools that you have here, you can definitely see some of those imperfections. And as someone who does grading a lot and often wants to know why something gets a certain grade, it's great to understand that now and have that transparency that you don't get, with some of the major grading companies that are out there right now. So Tag, got to hand it to you on this. This is great information to have at your fingertips. For someone like me, it may not be for everybody, but for someone like me, I really appreciate this kind of detail and being able to understand what goes into your grading score. So I'll just summarize my experience overall as being really positive. This has been a great process. I really appreciate a lot of the aspects of Tag and what they're trying to do, and they will be part of my grading and overall hobby experience. And I look forward to what else they do in the near future. Thanks everybody for checking out my video. Have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you here again real soon. Take care.